All right, the knife round of dust here so they get their choice of side, and while they do mar over the decision, or just make it quickly, that also works pretty well all the same. Choosing the CT side here on the CT side. We want to give a quick shout out to our partners of Gaming Malta, obviously. Malta Vibes brought to you by Gaming Malta, the home of gaming excellence here. And yeah, as before we get into our pistol round debate, let's get into a quick prediction here. I realise it's a very tough question to ask, but who are you going with?
Yeah, I mean, especially with this veto, but yeah, I'm going to NORDAVIND. I just don't see there being a way that HELLRAISERS can win out in this best of 3. I mean, I was heavily surprised in the best of 1, and I hope I'm surprised again. But just, you know, seeing their performances in recent times, I just can't give them the edge.
You saw those odds there on screen from our other partners, our betting partners of LootBet. You can go ahead and get a €100 deposit on €100 bonus on your deposit by clicking on the banner underneath the Twitch channel, and potentially get a live bet in on this match as it's ready to get started now. Dust 2, our first map, as you mentioned, it was picked by the HELLRAISERS camp. They'll be playing out on the CT start here. It's Tensky to get that opening kill though. Flaric first man down. Giants being spotted out here towards the suicide area. Taps up with the Glock, desperately trying to look for that kill, but it's not going to end with disaster here for the CT camp. 4 versus 4. All back out position. The T's are going to push in towards that B bomb site. No one contesting this, and HS will get shut down by JR on a swing.
I tell you what, this is so aggressive coming out from HELLRAISERS, at least in the opening stance of the round, trying to gain that top mid control, and the man advantage into the beat. Bomb site native suffix doesn't go down, but the cleanup crew comes out, and HELLRAISERS, well, that was a pretty unorthodox pistol round. Very aggressive, very much in your face, and well, for NORDAVIND, they opened up the B bomb site, but they couldn't really do anything with it. They even struggled to get the bomb into the site.
Yeah, I mean, again, HELLRAISERS with a quick response there on the swing. You know, the USPs coming in and shutting down the players to make their way out into the open. I mean, those new double doors are in effect for this tournament. We've only seen it a handful of times because still some tournaments are playing on the old patch. But for here in Malta Vibes, the new lines into the B bomb site to try to shut them down for the CT setup, and we've seen that, you know, the passive control to try and take presence over on the mid presence, and then just swing back over to B site when it's necessary has actually worked pretty well for many teams. For HELLRAISERS, certainly the case here. That pistol, as you mentioned, going confidently their favor. No bomb plant, no buy up coming in. It's going to be an eco out for NORDAVIND. Kalinka should do a pretty decent job of shutting them all down. He does end up losing his life, but the SMG will find itself the kills. The rifle gets picked up by another player. It'll be 2-0 on HELLRAISERS.
That's a good cleanup coming out. I mean, it's only Glock, so you can't really expect NORDAVIND to be able to do too much. They go fast in for the mid to B play, but, well, it's just completely shut down. A single kill goes the way of HS for the T side. But now comes into the rifles. This is the opportunity for NORDAVIND to get onto the front foot on the T side of Dust 2. Considering the buy is still not fantastic from HELLRAISERS. They've got an MP9 up for Kalinka, the scout out for JR, for Mars out for Problem, fast presence, at least an utility out for the T's through the long face, but it's actually going to be the challenge up through short. Look how quick this is.
Yeah, very fast out from the AK-47, taking contact. Flashbangs keep JR blind. Giant's still going to swing out from the open position. Get only a kill. 2 kills, in fact. Harry going to line up 2 of his own. Might get a triple kill on his own. 4 kills, in fact, for the man. As on 46 HP, he will maintain his presence. HS on 2 could end up going down. And here both players will swing out from ramp. They could line up, but the spray is so awkward from Problem, so HS will get his comeuppance, and Harry will get 4 kills. Again, big stuff from him on the hit.
And we've casted NORDAVIND enough to sort of see that sometimes Harry just goes absolutely massive. He sometimes has big rounds, and well, that was one of them. That was a very quick, short execution coming out for NORDAVIND. They drop into the CT position, and the wide swing is so quick onto the ramp players. Harry ends up finding 4 kills, and that's going to be able to secure NORDAVIND's their first. And well, for HELLRAISERS, even with the two rounds in a row lead, after losing that gun round, they're going to be completely reset. It's just a half buy. Not even that. I mean, very light upgrades. Yeah,
Deagle, USPs, and that's it. I mean, the money line just account towards another buy up coming into the 5th round. So makes sense on the CT. See if JM can do anything with the hand cannon out here. But unfortunately, it's Tensky just mopping up the USPs out towards the long houses. Problem there to contact, and JM goes down towards that mid face. So 2 players left, both of whom should also be kind of just left with nothing to do here. They might get a couple picks, they might be able to get an exit frag, but Tensky's there to trade it, and Flaric is left alone. A 1 versus 5 for the man. And yeah, 2 to start here for NORDAVIND.
And a pretty good response Only a little bit of damage being done to Tensky, but all in all, not a single kill goes the way of the Hellraisers side. But, you know, they probably looked at this round saying, oh, you know, maybe if we get a kill or two, it's okay. But they're pretty much not expecting anything. It will be the rough round, like Jay said. Going into round number 5, get that AWP up for JR. You know what? They actually probably could run double AWP setup if they want to. I believe Giant's going to be able to have enough money. I'm not sure whether Hellraisers are a team that run the double AWPs too often. But they've certainly got the money line for it if they want to go for it.
We're decided on one AWP here. There's be M4s across everybody else, so both of Master Flaret as well, so not quite 100%, but yeah, it makes more sense obviously with the utility basis and the rifles in. Lack of head Kevlar, that's fine. JM could have bought himself another flash if he had opted against the helmets, but here we are. JR with his AWP into the long position. The flash is out initially, going to try and stall the long control from NORDAVIND, and a much more passive stance coming in from the CT side. They're not going to challenge NORDAVIND directly. They will take some quick pop shots out, 2 AWP shots in particular missing from the AWP. Back over at Carl, looking to try and fall back. HS gets him, and JR will also end up falling. Flaret can chime back for a decent kill over in the tunnels, but long control established by the T side, and they'll go for the A site here.
This might be an instant save coming out from Hellraisers. They've got 2 players over at B. Flaret is up towards short. It's going to be a post plan. They've got no kits on the retake. They are actually putting themselves in positions like they want to try and retake this site, but NORDAVIND, they're in the perfect position. They've even got a player extremely aggressive. This is Harry, and he's going to spot out that boost, take a player down, Flourish, and that has to be the save call now you've got to expect. Oh, okay. This is now 1 versus 2 coming out from Flourish, and he's going to try and go for this, overextending out through CT, but another round up for NORDAVIND, and I don't know, Jay. I certainly think that in that 3-on-4, the save call was a much stronger attempt.
No, absolutely. I mean, the economy, as you mentioned in the last round, is a little bit shaky from Hellraisers. So it's to lose all those rifles that they invested into. He's just going to leave them at such an awkward stance. And no real opportunities, it seems, for this CT camp. CZ's out, and upgrade pistols at best, but this is going to be another eco coming in for Hellraisers. This is going to be a 4th round loss bonus by mid control, short control established by a problem with an Eagle. Onto the lower tunnels. Flashes over, looking for a frag. USPs and CZs around that corner. Will try to take down 1 or 2 or 3 T-side players. Indeed, they do end up falling. And now an advantage for Hellraisers. A couple of rifles that can get recovered as well. They grab 1 AK, but no more than that. Problem going to continue facing up, but he lands the shot against NATO Sapix. Tensky, last man up here towards mid. He's known, and he's dead. Problem, 4 frags. Beautiful stuff on shore.
Oh, damn. That's what I'm talking about. Those were some nut shots coming out from Problem. That kill into NATO Sapix was probably the best one out of the 4 that he was able to find in the round. My goodness. Ooh, that is insane. Very clean. And, well, for Hellraisers, they probably weren't expecting to win out that round, but NORDAVIND, there was a lot of pressure going out towards that lower tunnels, and it's just a shutdown out from short. They will be able to force the investment through, but we're going to be up to a tied scoreline.
Yeah, offset force coming in. AK's out for the T side. Croman fast play up. He's going to get tagged up initially. The bomb on his back as the T's try and force forward. They see 1 player over at window. That's the M4 standing by. Another AK in the back line here for Problem. Kalinka jumping up from Harry. He's going to be allowed 2 kills. NATO chimes in. It's always the problem. He also gets dealt with. There's 3 picks come in over on the A bomb site as well. Bomb has been dropped. The CT's noticed. The AWP is desperately hunting for an opportunity at a kill, but just no vision onto that mid area. A 2-on-2 situation. The retake could still be on for the Hellraisers.
And NORDAVIND, they do have HS quite low. The bomb's going to get planted on the B bomb site in 2 versus 2. And Hellraisers just making sure they're checking out all the angles in case any of the T side are quite aggressive. But for NORDAVIND, they're quite deep into the bomb site. And you've got to be looking at Tensky to try and win out this clutch. He's the one with 100 HP.
Spray through from HS gets Flaret. JWP of JR looking to try and take out another. And T's trying to get out of the dodge. They're going to go hunting down for this AWP here. JR's ready for it, takes out Tensky. So at least they keep things in a very expensive margin here for the NORDAVIND camp. AWP staying in play, and for JR, he could drop weapons here. This may end up being a forced justification for the CT side. It'll be a tough force in regardless. But it may still be one nonetheless.
That's really unfortunate there for Harry. He must have had the scroll jump going up at the wrong time, and well, at least it's a great recovery. But if you guys want to get involved in some fantastic action from our partners from Hellcase, use a fantastic code to get a 15% refill bonus. And for NORDAVIND, well, this round could be a bonus, Jay, considering the fact that you're right, they did force the investment through, but there is no money in the reserve on the CT side.
Yeah, and it's another force buy round again. As I mentioned, it's justifiable, but it will leave him on such an awkward and shaky stance. Flowich going to push forward here. How much can he get out of it? This is so risky, but HS is going to get his HS taken off. Kalinka does take Croman down. Deagle in, trying to get another kill, but Harry will find a trade for the T-side cam, but still a man advantage for HELLRAISERS. Again, big risky plays, and now Tensky swinging in, also going to get shut down by JR. Nato and Harry, the last two players left. They have that bomb on their back. They have lower tunnels control. B-side only has one player to defend it as well. That's the Deagle problem. And yes, this could get two fantastic headshots, but they've got to be very quick into the market here. Nato spotted, there goes Harry, but he stays alive at 46 HP. 2 kills to his name, flashes in, JR catches him completely blind, and that will be an even standing again for HELLRAISERS.
Oh, that's a great round. That really probably puts them back in the momentum, you know, trying to get some rounds on the board, try and get the economy rolling from them, because they've certainly had a bit of a difficult time so far in making that an important element. And, well, for NORDAVIND, it actually is going to be a force buy back. So we're actually seeing a lot of forces come out from both these sides. And this just comes back to the rounds being back and forward, Jay.
Nade on. That's damage.
Nice.
Significant amounts done to Croman, especially on this force buy round. It's Kalinka with the opening kill. NATO Sapphics dead and buried. Damage done to Giant. Will end up falling to Croman. Deagle desperately trying to hold on, but hasn't got his bearings together. The bomb's been dropped to the CT favor. And HS Tensky in towards mid. Damage done to HS next. They're looking like this will end up being another cleanup round from the HELLRAISERS. The force buy as well for the T side, so the next round's got to be full eco. We're looking at 6-4, unless NORDAVIND's rush tactics somehow do something, but yeah, this will be an eco.
And HELLRAISERS so far, I mean, even JR, like, although he's only got 5 kills, he's certainly been hitting some really nice shots with that AWP, which is a good sign to see, especially going forward when we get a few more gun rounds. Like you said, should be up 6-4, really no investment coming through for the T side. And HELLRAISERS on their own map pick at Dust 2. I wouldn't say they're looking comfortable yet, but they're certainly being able to put up a good lead so far.
Oh, really?
Well, the thing is, you know, they're just wasting a little bit of time. You know, it's just Glocks, seeing if they can run down the clock a little bit, so they can have a bit of fun.
Well, hey, at least they're playing without any pressure or worry, so there's that. But obviously this means that the next about 60 seconds or so are basically just going to be completely a waste of time, but you know.
They're going to bring the ball with them?
I haven't ever seen a team try and do that. Like, what would that be the case? Like, just say, like, look, you know, you guys can take us down on the B bomb side. We know it's an eco, but they got it out. Way. That's like when you kick the ball over the fence and there's that neighbor that's like really cool and throws it back. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about, Jay. That's the perfect analogy right there.
NORDAVIND into the B bomb site or not. 35 seconds to go for the hit here. And they have to try and see if they can secure something out here with the bomb plant. A bomb plant will be great at this stage. And Problem standing by with the M4, 2 kills for Kalinka. Problem lines up to his own. And that's round over, 6 on the board for HELLRAISERS.
Oh, well, that was over pretty quickly once the execution came through. But for NORDAVIND, you know, just having a bit of fun, you know, trying to keep the morale up. Because they certainly need it if they want to try and come back into this first map. I love
is this really replay worthy? Yeah. Like,
but it's all about the passing. It's all about, you know, what it's about.
NATO Ronaldo, yeah? Is that what we're going to go with?
Oh, well, it is going to be some fast presence out towards long. Look how many players are here from the Hellraisers. There's 4 around this long face.
Spray from Tensky, going to try and look for a pick in the midst of the smoke. It's Giant with that opening kill. Croman with the AK. Turning back to a 4-on-4 situation. Flaric here with the AK bursting up. HS going to try sneaking the back line towards the A. Bomb site will catch them off as Tensky gets 2. HS can swing on the last man, and Problem is left alone.
That is so smart coming out from NORDAVIND. And it comes down to the read that they realize there is a hell of a lot of players out from long. And they just say to HS, go fast up short, mate. See what you can find. Tensky, yes, he does a really good job out from long, but HS probably could have found a little bit more if he, you know, if his teammates didn't find anything out from long. So that round was pretty much just shut down off the back of HS alone. And being out of backstab and, well, for the long presence just gets immediately shut down. Problem. 1 versus 3 now, making a 1 versus 2. Low HP onto NATO Sapphics. This could be doable, Jay.
Time ticking. He has a kit, though. They know exactly where he is. Leo's so low, but the AWP is going to connect it, so... Fortunately, NORDAVIND evade the disaster in that 1v4 clutch. I mean, it was always going to be very difficult anyway, but either way... 5th on the board of the T side, and the AWPs can come in for NATO and JR. M4's AKs across the rest of the board. Mag 10 actually for Harry, so he's not going to be 100% confident from the NORDAVIND cap.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because, well, HELLRAISERS still made that round expensive. There was only 2 players surviving from NORDAVIND, so Harry, he's going to be on the Mag 10. Fast play out from HS, and he's really alone at this point. This is a solo play out to long. And, well, NORDAVIND, these last couple of rounds, look at the pacing of taking some of this map control.
Into the long control for the most part here on this T side. Flashes over. We'll try and gain the upper tunnels position from the CT forces. It could be a big issue. Incendiary's coming out, nades on. That does quite a lot of damage to Croman. Flaric still ready and waiting. Does drop that bomb partner. He's still on site. They haven't rest it. AWP there to support as HS falls back to 2 versus 2. Tensky doubles up though. Flaric and JR in very different positions into this bomb site out towards the CT spawn. Facing from Tensky will not catch off the AWP. He also sees NATO out there in the open. 3 kills for the AWP of CT cap. And that'll be 7 on the board for HELLRAISERS.
Big stuff from JR. Those are some really nice shots. And, well, for Tensky, it's unfortunate because he's on the backstab play. He's running the lurk towards the lower tunnels. Yes, he finds a couple of the rotators and finds 2 big kills, but that really wasn't supposed to be his job. What his job was supposed to do was get those Ts onto the site, get control, and then have the late lurk from Tensky to shut off any of the rotators and stop the, you know, attempt coming through and force the save through. And well, now it's double orbs coming up for the HELLRAISERS camp. Kalika is going to be able to pick up that secondary orb, and well, he's already found a leg shot to start the round off.
Double orb for Kalinka and JR. In different positions on the map here as one sets himself up towards mid, the other one's set here towards short. Long control established by the M4 here as they push in towards house. No T-side presence up here, though. It's just the utility coming in the mid contention. Kalinka finds Harry for the opening frag in towards that mid face. On short, the man goes down. The second AWP is there. Also backing off M4 that is supported with a low HP player dropping that bomb out. Was that towards CT spawn? That might have been HS, and NATO do come up with a couple of good picks, but Problem coming in from the backlines. Deals with NATO, drops that bomb. Very second time in this one. They've got to find some sort of way to cross successfully, and it's just not going to happen with Giant also peeking in from short. Nobody has any idea of his angle, so HS left alone, 1 versus 3. And if he can get a 3rd kill, that would be great. The second AWP in particular, but the problem there to take him down. Try hunt that AWP. I think he'll get it as well. So yeah, double up save, 8 to the board of HELLRAISERS.
No, I'll tell you what, you know, already being able to win out the half, 8 rounds being put up from the HELLRAISERS side, looking pretty dominant, and, well, we've only just seen the double orbs coming out, so they can certainly be able to find a fair amount of impact going into the gun round in round number 14. And for NORDAVIND, I'd like to see the quick aggression again. Try and see if they can get that long house control, try and see if they can get NATO Sapphics into the pit position, because their aggression at least works to find map control and find opening picks.
Oh, AWP Kalinka didn't see the man on suicide. He does swing on Harry towards lower tunnels though, so they do find the opening kill and he gets away alive. Barely alive, but alive nonetheless. A 5-on-4 scenario, NORDAVIND now mid control, lower tunnels as well. Incendiary's back into the short control, ensuring that the T's don't press forward. M4 a problem, got Chrome in first contact, he drops that in the shadow, that's big kill, that's big information, almost doubles up on HS, but the AK-47 can get a headshot to return. So 4 versus 3, HELLRAISERS still the advantage, and they still got crossfire set.
And look, the crossfire being set out from mid. There's surely no way that NORDAVIND can break into this mid to B, but they're going to go up towards the short face. And Kalinka's here with the NWP around the car position. But Jai already on the backstab. HELLRAISERS are in such a great position to shut this down. And will Jai might just be able to do it all on his own. Does get traded, but look at the damage he does up to Tensky.
Yeah, 3-on-2 situation, favorable to CT side. The smoke out going to allow HF to drop in. Oh, he's got the next kill, JR. To fall down. Kalinka is also susceptible to trade. He's on such low HP. Turn around. Tensky gets that frag instead. And NORDAVIND have turned it around. A fantastic drop in from HS to turn it back. And a 3K up for the next T-side player to face up. Spray 2 from Flowich barely gets HS now to a 1-on-1. One bullet will do it and Flowich will clutch it. By the skin of his teeth stuff though, HELLRAISERS almost lost full control of that round.
Oh, that was close. That was very close. But what a nice retake coming out from Flowich. What a nice clutch in that 1 versus 2. And you even look at the money line for NORDAVIND, it's not great at all. That bomb plant certainly helps them out. And you're right, Kalinka did not spot out that player towards suicide. Got off to a good kill. And HS, it seemed like him and Tensky were bringing this back. They were in a 2-on-3 disadvantage. They had some really nice kills on the A defenders, but Flowich, big clutch coming out, and well, HELLRAISERS, they're going forward with a 9th round, and there's no money for an AWP for NORDAVIND.
The Giant moving aggressively towards that mid position. They have no idea. He can't get a kill though. Just damage done to HS. 7 HP from Kalinka. Blind by the smokes as Chromium gets Flowich next up on the short position. Smoke on towards site as JL tries to stall for time, but they've been locked out of A. And now they're down to 2 players. Headshot from NATO getting Kalinka. Bomb should be secured here, and there should be no retake presence for HELLRAISERS.
JR at least gonna see if he can find something. Problem as well. This is a 2v5 now, a 2 versus 3. Certainly not an easy retake by any stretch of an imagination, especially with how low JR is. Problem is to see if he can find some kills, but that's not gonna happen. JR, what's going on here? What? Is he gonna try and go for the ninja defuse or something?
Oh.
That's, well...
I mean, to be fair, that would have been his best bet, his only chance, I think, at that round.
Yeah.
So. I mean, he can't say it was the last round of the half, so...
Yeah.
9-6 regardless, however, to HELLRAISERS. A beautiful half on the CT camp. The NORDAVIND will have a little bit of work to be done going into their CT side here. Dweg. I remember the odds at the beginning of the matchup were favourable to the NORDAVIND side. I imagine that might have switched around a little bit. Actually back to evens here, so fancy your chances. You can go to loot bet and of course place your bets in with those odds. Right now they're giving away €100 as a bonus on deposit, so just click the banner under the Twitch channel to get yourself taken up, and you can bet on all the multiplied matches with our partners at loot bet. So pistol out, the double flash defuse for Harry, double flash and smoke for JR, smoke flash, I think a P250 for Problem. The very fast player coming in for the HELLRAISERS default out towards the Longhouse. They are with the USB spamming his way through, barely connecting one headshot, barely connecting tags onto the T-side players around him. 4 versus 4 is further USB swing in. Flowich gonna get a kill on HS. Harry tapping on completely blind, hoping they cross past him. The flashbangers will ensure the bomb can cross successfully and will be in a 4 versus 3 retake.
And for NORDAVIND, just trying to take the fight with those flashes, but HELLRAISERS, they win up the opening man advantage, they get that 4-on-3, and they're just in such a great position. Yes, you've got the kill into Harry, but the kills need to come through pretty quickly. The flashbang actually blinds off Kalinka. Oh no, it all goes wrong. A team flash that comes up, and here comes the CT side. Oh. That is so quick. And you'd have to think if Kalinka would have like turned or some miscoms or something, that would have just been so great for the swing, but he was completely blind by his own teammate's flash.
Such a big mistake to make for HELLRAISERS. It will cost them that pistol round. After such confident stance as well, just storming down the long control with barely any resistance thrown up by NORDAVIND. But the moment we're in retake mode, that's where stuff gets serious. And the CT forces will be up to a goodbye as a result. A force back from HELLRAISERS though. They don't want to let that one go so cleanly. Scout in for JR, going to try and do the early damage. Can't quite find the kills just yet. It's actually Giant to chime in with Harry on the opening frag. HS at the end of the blue box, 2 players there spotted, including the Scout out for NATO. Safix, and the long control again goes well for HELLRAISERS. This time a lot more active and aggressive from NORDAVIND, and paying the price to a 5 versus 2. That's going to have to be a save call for the remaining 2 players. And, well, this puts HELLRAISERS just straight back in such a great position. What a response to come out. The force buy from the T's after getting the bomb plant and the pistol. And, well, those AKs, they just rip apart. Kalinka gets some beautiful entries as well as Giant. And you're right, it has to be the save attempt. And HELLRAISERS, they're not committing to A just yet. They are taking their time after finding some pretty easy openers. Realizing the fact that they don't want to get too overzealous here. Want to make sure that they can converting the rounds and not losing any players. I mean, there are a couple of players tagged up, but for NORDAVIND, you'd expect that they won't even be looking for exit kills. Yeah, just looking towards this longhouse position in particular. Yeah, SMG in. Oh, Spround problem, can't quite take him down. Giant does end up falling in the end. Oh, Nate, somehow they didn't take down problem. That should have been a kill. I don't know how. But alas, they're out of dodge. Be 10 back to the board of HELLRAISERS as the force back works fantastically again for these guys. M4 and SMG save for NORDAVIND, and a tech pause coming through here right around 18, so a moment's respite coming in from both teams.
Now, NORDAVIND are in a difficult position here, so they have to force the issue off the back of the 2 saved rifles. Yes, at least they were able to find an exit kill at the back end of that last round, so at least there's something. But really, HELLRAISERS are in such a great position. They've got a 3-round lead, and the economy is just in shatters for NORDAVIND.
Yeah, and that's kind of the effect of what a force buy does in this early stage of the half. It is just absolute wreckage coming in. And probably going to be an awkward force buy around these 2 weapons. I mean, double eco status for NORDAVIND, so it's either going to be that or a case of pistols out for this one and then following up with another round of just basic pistols. So, yeah, seems the most likely little affair from the CT camp. And that's probably going to lead to a 12-7 lead for HELLRAISERS, and very similar situation to the way things went down on our first map.
Absolutely. And look, if they go up 12-7, you can pretty much say all it's going to take is 1 gun round, and they'll probably be able to close out this map. This is a really difficult position for NORDAVIND to come back through. They certainly, I don't want to be saying that they're playing poor at the moment, but they certainly don't have that finesse that HELLRAISERS do. We're really starting to see them come into their own on Dust 2, which again, I don't want to say is a massive surprise, but it's good to see considering that results for both teams on this map isn't great in recent times. So it's good to see that HELLRAISERS have been putting in the time and perfecting their, at least their CT side. But now moving on to T, you got to think, especially from what we saw on the T side on Inferno, where Kalinka was just finding so much, JR was finding a lot with that AWP, that it's going to be very similar signs now going into the gun rounds for the T side.
Scout out to start things off for the T side, hoping to try and catch someone towards mid, but the presence coming in from the T side out towards long, a lot more shorten the B presence this time. One player from Flourish taking the early damage from the CT camera, realizing the stats coming through. Still gets Croman down for the opening frag. But it looks like it's going to be a B commitment from here, and no one directly defending the bomb site. Harry's outside of the B doors and could potentially do something to swing in and try to deny, but Even then, this P250 probably would better be holding off the corner here, the entrance. Swing on Kalinka and Jaim. It's the flashbang over, but the headshot comes out. That's a 5 versus 3. And that's probably going to be a safe call here for NORDAVIND.
And it has to be, honestly. Like, that's a really nice B take. Kalinka, it gets pretty lucky on the timing, I would say, to be able to find that kill into Harry. Being quite low, it's just 4 points of health. And NORDAVIND, unfortunately, not finding any success on the force back. And you kind of say it's a force, but Neto Suffix didn't buy down completely, nor did Tensky. So there is a little bit of money in the reserve. It certainly won't be enough at all to get a buy into the next, considering it's that, you know, that double eco status. So they'll be able to bring in 3 players into the next round. Probably not upgrade much, have just USPs up for Harry and Croman. Maybe a P250 if they want to upgrade just slightly. HELLRAISERS getting closer and closer to round 16. Look at even the utility they've been able to hold on to. A lot of teams, which is like, sometimes what they do, especially in rounds where they're up against half buys or like force buys, is they'll use a lot of utility to make sure they're winning out the round. But if you're able to hold on to it, you hold on to sometimes like $600, $700, $800 worth of utility, which doesn't need to be used, which certainly does help the economy if you don't have to use those nades.
Look at the stacking from the CTs out towards the upper tunnels as Tensky getting Giant for the opening frag. That's pretty decent to start. And now rotating back towards the A bomb site as they see no more T-side presence. You've got Harry slowly gathering information here towards the short plant position. And HELLRAISERS may be in trouble with this. They've got so much presence to deal with and even more aggression coming in from NORDAVIND. The AK trying to get boosted up towards the bomb site. HS takes him down, or gets taken down though. Nato comes up with one. Harry deals with problem. Flowich gets a kill, but he's traded all the same. JR suddenly left alone. Good Glock tap to the head of one player, but needs 2 more. Grabs that AK. Got an M4 to deal with also on the bottom position. Nice double peek in. And JR gets taken out. A beautiful round from NORDAVIND again to stack in, get the advantage on the rifles, and immediately read onto where HELLRAISERS were playing.
Well, that's what it comes down to, right? I mean, they show a lot of fast aggression up towards the lower tunnels and upper tunnels, and straight away they go, right, we got that first kill. There's nothing here. It must be an A play. The rotates come out extremely quickly. And for HELLRAISERS, that's a round you really should not be losing on any day. NORDAVIND very, very happy in being able to convert their 8. And that might just take them back into the game. Fast play up towards a short face from HELLRAISERS. Very quick coming out from Giant.
Boost up here towards these short boxes, which is usually supposed to be used for the lower tunnels control. In this case, it's going to be ready for CTs to aggress back from short. No one will be seen though for NORDAVIND. They're not interested in challenging this area. Over towards long for the most part. And they've left that mid control as well, pretty passively, like the Tensky. Incendiary is out, smokes down, one player drops in towards CT spawn. Again, the distraction plays going to allow Problem a bit of map control, cover off his teammates, so they go for the mid to be split. Tensky down and out. Now it's Croman alone here on the bomb site, out in the open with the AUG damage taken, and Jaim is going to deal with the kill. So again, a 5 versus 3, B site held. Another save call coming in from NORDAVIND.
That's a really nice run coming out from HELLRAISERS, and NORDAVIND, they just don't know what to do there. So there's quite a heavy commitment, at least in the beginning of round. They've got the short presence on the T side. They use that utility. They drop Problem into CT, but it's actually the quick mid to B player that comes up, and especially on Dust 2, once your B defenders go down, you're pretty much just not even thinking about going for the retake most of the time, and especially when there's no trade kills. 12th round now up for the HELLRAISERS camp. Now, if they can hunt and take down a couple of these M4s, it's going to be big.
Terrorists win.
Can't quite get to them in time though. AK recovered by Harry. At least finds one extra weapon to work with, and a little bit of extra firepower in particular. Of course, the rebuy around those 3 weapons. Of course, we'll see the SMG coming out for Croman. Aggression from the CT side. They need to establish around here, else this is going to start to fall apart. The AWP for NATO Safix ready and raring to go. Good shot on Kalinka. Kicks things off on the right foot for NORDAVIND.
And that's what we want to see from NORDAVIND. That's the perfect response. 4 rounds is the deficit. They find the opening. That's not what they're looking for. Giant running out through mid with a flashbang. And well, you've got to think that round's pretty much over for now. It's a 4-on-3 advantage. NATO Safix does find a trade back, so at least he's chiming into the action, Jay.
Even standing, bomb dropped out towards that long position, is still in HELLRAISERS' control. Harry here on short is going to be a real thorn in their side. Rotation towards B is the most viable option here for HELLRAISERS, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Back through the tunnels. Rotation out from mid is actually going to be seeing a passive stance from NORDAVIND, all things considered. I mean, they can't really be able to maintain control out here. They boost up that AWP, then it could find the likes of JR, but they're not going to be in a position to do that. Orp faces, turns his back, and now looks to run into the B bomb site here as soon as their teammates start seeing what's going on for realsies. Roman could find an upgraded weapon. Indeed, he does. That M4 recovered. But now the T side have B side. It's 3v3 retake.
Chroma knows straight away he's going for the long flank. He's trying to go from the upper tunnels, but JR's hitting the AWP, and he does not miss a shot like that. And you've got to think, NORDAVIND, they've got to go for the save. They can't go for it. There's no money. Maybe if Croman took down JR, then they would have certainly gone for it. But with the flank coming out on the CT side from the upper tunnels, that's it. They've got to save these rifles. And, well, I'll tell you what, how much more can you expect coming out from NATO Safix? He gets 2 fantastic kills, but it's just not enough.
13 to the border, HELLRAISERS, and their map pick is going well enough for them. NORDAVIND are stalling, however. They are keeping pace for the most part. With the money line being where it is, they may have to concede a 14th back to that HR camp. It seems like it's going to be an eventuality here. See what the buys will look like for the CTs as we get to catch a little bit of the action that they've seen so far. I mean, again, the weapons were saved in, but it's just a little bit too much to handle. A little bit too much to invest into. And a small pause will come out in the interim, so a moment to you know, to stew over it, but quickly over and done with on the tech pause. So, what's the play here? What's the call for NORDAVIND?
The thing is, you can't force, really, can you? Or they are okay. I mean, I can understand it, but I just don't think this buy is going to work against a team like HELLRAISERS. It's a very, very rough affair in terms of the buy that's come out. And NORDAVIND, they are going aggressive to the lower tunnels again. Now, we have seen this play before. Kalinka, he expects it and just falls right back.
AK from Kalinka falling out to position here in the T-spawn. He's going to have to concede that control to the CT side, but that's fine. It is information gained by NORDAVIND, though. They know that there's no T-side presence here on the B bomb site, at least not in active control. And they're going to once again hard rotating towards the A bomb site. If HELLRAISERS have a good read on this, then they can rotate that bomb towards B and see virtually no resistance from the CT forces. They've got a HS with an M4, but with a 5-man stack in, that could get cleaned up super quickly.
Well, it really comes down to Kalinka if he wants to try and over-aggress here, but I don't think this is going to be a B-side execution. They have lost all the presence over at B. They have to commit to long, and they're all starting to group up. The CTs, they're heavy in numbers, Jake. 3 players around this A bomb site.
Orb shot from NATO, finds the first kill, and blind through the smoke lands a leg shot on Jaim, continuing to tap away to the rough positions of the T-side forces. He needs backup, and Tensky will provide. SMG with a kill on problem. Harry backed up, Tensky blind, gets another kill with a headshot. Kalinka will chime in and double up against Harry, but NATO still on site. 2 picks to his name. USP can be enough to finish the job, and indeed it does. Again, NORDAVIND with their hard rotation strat is going to punish HELLRAISERS for committing to long.
And, well, for HELLRAISERS, you can understand that they're not going back to that B-bomb site. They obviously just don't have any information as well. Kalinka gets forced back so deep in T-spawn that they can't even think about going to the B-bomb site. They have to commit out from long. And, well, you're right. The information play, it's there for the NORDAVIND side. They're able to rotate 3 players over. I mean, the AWP and NATO Safix does some great damage with a kill and a leg. HELLRAISERS going fast in through the short face. Now, we've seen this before, but no, actually, it's out through mid.
investment again coming in from the CT side of NORDAVIND, and I mean, said also for the HELLRAISERS camp, so another good round to either side's favor could tip the balance of this matchup. Especially for HELLRAISERS, who will be teetering on map points. Are aggressing in towards this long control, this short control as well. Got two players here. The crossfire set towards long. Tensky, you can see, is just peeking out from the B doors, looking for anyone that might look to gain that mid control. They've got short control as well, so it does look like it's going to be a split here for the HELLRAISERS side. And it's the AWP of NATO Safix to strike first, backed up towards the long corner. Got a second player making his way in, problem on very low HP. Got to find this CT that's out here. Had no idea where his position is though. So now three players left. Have not checked Goose. That's one frag, blind off for the second kill. HS couldn't quite connect it, but the AWP of NATO's there to respond, sees the last player of the T side, and makes it a triple kill for NORDAVIND to get to 10.
Okay, here we go, NORDAVIND. That was a very nice round indeed. NATO Safix hitting some great shots, and you look at the point now. It's double digits. It's a 10th round from NORDAVIND. They are closing the gap, Jay. They've certainly not found this easy to allow this comeback to come through. Now we've seen 2 rounds in a row. There's no money up for HELLRAISERS. We can expect this to be a 10th round. And just maybe they could go for the double AWP into the following round if they lose a player. I mean, even the aggression coming out from HS towards top mid, going to be able to at least see a couple of players and tries to fall back, but he's kind of out in the open at the moment.
Oh, nade on Kalinka, straight at his feet. Exploding in his face as he goes falling. M4 of HS does find that one pick. Tap up towards the second play, up towards T-spawn, and the rest of the kills start pouring in for the rifles as the pistols do get picked apart. NATO gets involved on problem. And this should end up being an 11th again for this CT camp. Maybe Harry could fall in trade. And that AK should get recovered by the CT side as they start bracketing in. Again, a great read on the long commitment from the HELLRAISERS side, so we'll just ensure that no one can rotate back or stack their way in towards this site control. And the Deagle certainly isn't helping their case right now for the HELLRAISERS side. And less than a minute to go. Again, NORDAVIND should be mopping up this round.
Let's see what the Deagles can find. The JR finds one, Flash last one left, and yeah, mop-up crews coming out for the cities. And Flash. He's been spotted out. Taking a little bit of a duel here with HS, so this actually round becomes quite expensive, Jay.
Terrorists win.
Well, HELLRAISERS dominant so far, but it seems like their dominance is starting to slip. 2 rounds to go. NORDAVIND can overtake this T side camp. The AKs, of course, are out on the buy-up. HELLRAISERS on the lost bonus to get themselves in with decent rifles here off the back of that eco as well. AWP still for NATO. Haven't gone for the double AWP setup here for the CT camp. The money is not quite 100% justifiable for it. Look at the lower tunnels control. Again, the smokes are out. The T's have no idea what's about to hit them. 2-for-1 trade, making it 3 though as NORDAVIND put all their eggs into the tunnels control and they come out short for it. 2 versus 4. NATO, the AWP out, bleeding with a couple of shots landing from the Kalinka. The Molotovs are down. This AWP is looking for a pick back, finally to find something here, but just nothing will go his way.
And you've got to think, NORDAVIND, they found a lot of success aggressing through the upper tunnels, both from lowers and from upper. But what happens there is HELLRAISERS are just damn ready for it. It's almost like they know the aggression's coming up, and well, Tensky finds 1 kill, but HS finds nothing, Croman finds nothing, and it has to be an instant save. They've even got a lurk out from Flourish to the long house to potentially try and take these CTs down. But for HELLRAISERS, this is a free bomb plant, a free site. This should be a very easy 14th. And oh my, what a round from HELLRAISERS. It was shut down within the first 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, it was all down to that longhouse challenge. Like, NORDAVIND put so much behind that map control and they just pushed all their elements inside. I don't know how much the T-side they were expecting, but it's clearly wasn't enough behind their execution to make the whole thing work out for them. And losing 4 of their players, and the exit frags coming in for JR takes out Harry. NATO Safix here with the AWP nade on site. Do its damage. 55 HP for him. He should get faced in by the rifles. They're closing in very quickly, so he's got to isolate this kill. Not going to be there in time. Giant, final frag. 14-11. HELLRAISERS still within touching distance of that map point. The rifle should get rebought here by NORDAVIND, but again, it's a must-win round for the CT side.
And they run the double orbs. They had the money for it in the last round. They've opted against it, and now they go, you know what? We're you know, our backs are up against the wall. Let's try and go for it. It is a very difficult investment because it means for HS and Croman, they really don't have anything. It's a FAMAS and a UMP. Fast play out towards long. No contest at the moment from NORDAVIND because they've only got one player in passive on the side, and it's Harry with that secondary orb to strike.
Again, NORDAVIND opening kills here in these rifles. The AWPs able to do their damage. Are they aware of the second AWP in play for NATO Safix?
Oh.
Well, they don't need to be. They can just fire away. That is the tightest angle to hit from JR as well. You can see the pixels. He probably saw about as much against his opponent. 4 versus 4 scenario. The T's do have full long control. That is the only part of the map they're going to have. NORDAVIND will push forward into the upper tunnels. They're going to realize that there is no one out here for the T side. Is this going to be another hard rotation back towards the A bomb site? It can't come through fast enough, I don't think. The smokes are about to go down. HS is here with his AWP. Ready and waiting towards the corner of the site. Flick back does not quite land on the man as the flashbang goes over. NATO Safix is a casualty sustained, and the plant can be secured.
And you'd have to think it's got to be a save attempt. Look at this from HS, how aggressive he is with the AWP. But already, Croman going down. It's all up to him and Tensky to try and clutch out the 2 versus 4. And unfortunately, Jay, the double AWPs, they don't really find any impact. Yes, Harry gets a great kill to start things off, but they couldn't find any more than that. Even Kalinka, the confidence to just push forward, take that secondary AWP out. I mean, that's it. 15 to 11, NORDAVIND, they've got no money. This should be the last round for HELLRAISERS to get over the line to take their own map pick.
Yeah, I know that this is going to be the end of it. This is just this must be the final round of the matchup. The map up here for HELLRAISERS, of course, on their map pick. Gonna be able to get that match point, or map point, I should say.
Ooh.
All right, okay. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, but. That frag has been found by the scout of NATO. He's also seen that bomb as well.
Oh.
NATO still maintaining bomb control. Croman's got a kill on towards the B site. Couldn't quite land that next headshot, but Jime is so low. CTs are pushing up into T spawn. They can't get to this bomb without challenging. And the scout goes massive to try and save the matchup here for NORDAVIND. Jime will take out HS. The AK will push forward. The Deagle does get caught off guard. Back to a 2 versus 2, but NATO still lurking in the wings, getting more headshots, grabbing the orb, looking for Kalinka, the last man. Couldn't quite land it on him, but he's going to stall for time here. Tensky will go ahead and join him. There's rifles dropped all across the shot here. The bomb needs to get picked up for Kalinka. He should know that B site is open. He will grab it, looking towards mid, start facing even further forward. That's when NATO Safix will land his 4K. What a round from NORDAVIND.
Oh, NATO Safix, take a bow, my friend. Those were some nice scout shots, and oof, here we go. Damn, oh damn. And, well, it comes down to one individual with the scout and all. And then NATO Safix, 4 kills in the round, 3 with the scout, 1 with the AWP. And Jay, they are keeping their hopes alive. It looked as if HELLRAISERS were going to be able to take that pretty convincingly, but it's not quite the case. They are grouped up into the upper tunnels, but look at the CTs on the presence.
Again, NORDAVIND going to put so much pressure here towards tunnels. Not quite as aggressive as they were before. Croman with the M4 around the corner. Flashes in. Kalinka swings and gets that kill for his trouble. 2 players now coming in for the backstab. The teams are going to call it out. Smokes and flashes out towards those B doors. Jime's going to try to get that bomb to the side plant position. Kalinka will face, get a second kill. Tensky there with a trade. And Harry next up. SMG turns towards 1 player. Backs turn 2 kills. And it looks like the T's won't get away with this one. Flourish left alone towards mid. Way out position for this bomb site. And 13 go to the board of NORDAVIND. A lot less aggressive this time, but pushing forward at the right moments. Going to save themselves in this map up.
And what's so fantastic there is that we see the pressure coming in from the from the lower tunnels, and they pull such a distraction away after trading out that Harry can just push through, get 2 easy kills with this MP9. And NORDAVIND, they're still in this game, Jay. There's no money for HELLRAISERS. This is going to be a half buy.
No, this is going to be real tough.
They do have an AK from Flarage, so at least they've got one big damage dealer, but overall, it's not a lot of upgrades. Very light eco round coming through, and HS, he's going to hear all these footsteps.
Rush out from the T side. They stop for a moment. NATO Safix gets that opening kill through the smoke, and the rest of the T side players fall very quickly after the fact. Tensky and HS, 2 kills between those 2 players. That will be a 14 for NORDAVIND. Round 30. For these 2 squads, NORDAVIND desperate for their overtime. HELLRAISERS just need to tip one final round over the edge. There's AWPs and AKs and M4s across the board. There's 3 AKs for the CT side, by the way. Last cannon for JR as well.
And let's see if HELLRAISERS can get off to a good start in round number 30. A lot of long presence coming out from the CTs. Pro's been spotted, but the flashbangs are perfect for both sides. Harry's going to be able to win out the first. A man advantage coming through, and Harry follows up. That's a straight spam.
The 5-on-3. CT somehow come out on top despite HS being on 12 HP and Harry on 82. 100 HP for the remaining 3 T-side players, and they're all going to stack up towards mid. HS is so ready for this. He's going to play contact. NATO will be there to support with the AWP. Pixels away from position. JR's not even checking this angle. When will HS strike? Will he strike? Will he even want to go for this? They're going to creep in slowly towards the B bomb site. NATO has no idea. HS can't take control, therefore this could be an easy kill. HS will swing out, get 1 frag left, but a 3-on-2 scenario now. HELLRAISERS trying to fend off the bomb site here. The plant will be secured, so retake advantage of NORDAVIND.
Oh, and HELLRAISERS, how they brought that back, how they even snuck their way into that B bomb site with NATO Safix having no idea of the presence. But it is the man advantage coming up for the CT side, and problem, he may try and backstab. He can come out through mid and get behind them.
Moving in slowly but surely towards that mid area. JR standing by. AM4's AWP not looking the right way at the right time. Problem can spray through, take down 1, but now the bomb is closed off. Molotov on site, it's going to be way too late. Problem's already won this. NORDAVIND are going to overtime. HELLRAISERS choked it at the very last hurdle. The comeback coming in from NORDAVIND has just been so effective here in the second half.
15-11 it was at one point for the HELLRAISERS camp, and well, that's a great recovery. Very nice stuff indeed to be able to bring that back. And look, we are seeing a few issues here and there coming out for both sides, but in the grand scheme of things, this is really down to the wire. This is a big brawl on Dust 2. Not a single player on each team is having a quiet series. And overtime. Now, even with MR3 16K, NORDAVIND don't opt to go for that secondary op on Harry, and I'm guessing that's just off the back of when they had it in play, they didn't find so much success with it.
Yeah, I mean, it came out only a handful of times, and usually when it did, it just didn't really have much impact. It was usually NATO being the main man with the AWP setup. There was that one round where Harry held the entire A-site control, but his skills are probably better placed than the M4. Tensky, the same can be said for him. Nice spray on towards problem. Nade up, will take him down, kick things off for the NORDAVIND campers. First casualty in OT is sustained by HELLRAISERS. Croman will burn a little bit out here towards the B-bomb side defensive. And on 1 point of health for the man, he will get away alive.
And it looks like they're going to try and split into this B-bomb side. That's actually not a bad read at all. There's 2 players here, and one of them is so tagged up of Croman. And it all comes down to Tensky, because at the moment, no one's looking out towards mid. He's jiggle peaks, he's got the info.
Yeah. In the T side out here, bursting through, the flashbangs coming out. Little bit of tunnels control from Kalinka, but these 2 players are going to be the only thing standing for the defensive, and now it's just quick decimation. Croman taken out after Tensky. Headshots and AWPs, a 4 versus 3 for HELLRAISERS. Maintaining site control and looking to take the first round here.
Great recovery back from HELLRAISERS, being able to crunch their way into that B bomb site, getting some very nice picks. Bomb plant going to come through for Kalinka. Ooh, HS actually going to try and peek in before that bomb goes down. NATO Safix chiming into the action. This is still very doable, but unfortunately, around that smoke, they just cannot find the kills. And for HELLRAISERS, they find the first in OT. And NORDAVIND, now they're running the double ops. Now they say, okay, now we've seen Croman being the B anchor a lot, so maybe that's the reason why they want to try and pull it out.
They're handing it off to Croman as well. See if he can potentially do something here. on that B-side defense. We're seeing the AWP of JR try and contest here towards this mid position. Look for frags, can't quite seem to see anybody. Again, the smoke's down towards these B doors. We've just seen come out a lot more as of late. Again, this was an old 2015 strat to gain the lower tunnels control, and this time it is not going to be necessary because it's going to be the long control from HELLRAISERS. The Molotovs in for Harry. He has found one kill on Kalinka. Back behind Gandalf, going to look for a second player out of the open position. Tinsky's going to get problem meanwhile out towards that mid area. So Flourish, JR, and JM eventually getting themselves a kill back to a 3-on-3. The plant needs to be secured. NATO or up here towards this corner. Tensky trying to support here on that short position. Bursting out towards Goose. AWP will look up. JR still got the bomb on his back. NATO does get Jai in, trying to spam his way through. Jump facing here. Going to try and look for JR. Last man on the site is his backup goes down. That's a no-scope for NATO. Double orb saved by NORDAVIND as they chime back to evens.
I tell you what, NORDAVIND, what a performance he's having so far for his team. 27 kills. And, well, the no-scope to finish things off. They were at least going to be able to tie up the scoreline. A very good round coming out for NORDAVIND. And they certainly, on the city side, have taken a lot of control, or at least try to establish control around that lower tunnels position and getting aggressive. 4 orbs on the T side to start things off, seeing if they can find an opening pick. But, well, they don't even find a tag.
Nice effort. Standards by the rifles here for the last round of the T side half, if you have the money for it at least, but... Orpa Croman for Kalinka. First out, nades on, smokes down. Tensky will get caught off by Kalinka first thing. The HELLRAISERS back off a little bit. Into the tunnels, they will maintain their presence. Into the mid position, they'll also maintain. Looking on towards the short control, the bomb on the back of Jai is going to get passed off the problem instead. There's a man advantage for HELLRAISERS, but no further contact established by NORDAVIND.
Tight angle coming out from NORDAVIND, and this could potentially be the answer back, Jay, to get that 4-on-4 for the NORDAVIND camp. Now, they're currently playing 2 players over to the B bomb site. Now, there is a lurk to come out from Kalinka around this position, but they've taken the short control, and this is where the bomb is. Running down the clock quite low. It looks like the short presence is going to come out, and NORDAVIND, well, that's the 4-on-4.
Giant is going to fall. Flaric will find Croman meanwhile out towards the mid phase. HS going to try and pick up the mantle of that position, try and cut off any mid-to-B plays. To the corner, the flash is coming over. JR, I should say, is going to be here against HS. Get taken out to a 3 versus 3 now. AWP flicking himself, and NORDAVIND stays alive, still holds the position and gets Kalinka as well. Smoke down, keeps him blind. HS goes forward into trade, and even standing until the Nada Harry deals with Flaric. AWP picks up, but Harry gets himself a 2K, and that will be NORDAVIND taking the half of overtime.
Okay. So that's actually a pretty good position from NORDAVIND. They get 2 rounds on CT and OT. Now they're going over to the T side. They only need 2 more rounds. And one of the big things of being able to get the lead in overtime, especially in that first half, is for NORDAVIND, they get 1 more round, and it's an insurance policy, right? They can guarantee that they're going to have a second overtime at the least. Does Kalinka go for this AWP? We did see a bit of secondary AWPing for him on the CT side. No, they're going to just have JR. HELLRAISERS looking to see if they can find a response on the city side, and well, to start things off, it will be Tensky with the AWP, and the reason for that is because look at the spawn from NORDAVIND, so he can get out from long very quickly.
Orps pass back and forth between NATO. Looking for that opening frag, but now with the long control from NORDAVIND, they will try and establish against HELLRAISERS. HELLRAISERS were able to take a 3-round advantage at the end of their CT half. Just have to try and find the necessary rifle rounds to connect together. The incendiary is down. It's HS towards lower tunnels to take challenge against Problem. Giant's going to take him right back at the very least, but again, long commitment. 3 players here from HELLRAISERS to try and stack in against it. Smokes are up, cover has been brought. Molotovs will try and stop them from making their way up. Harry's going to take some damage, try and make his way on towards the bomb site here with the bomb. It's JR with that AWP pick. M4, Croman's going to deal with it. Knows where JR is as well. A swing and the headshot comes out from the T side, and Tensky will get flourished next up there. Incendiary will stall for time, but it will not deny the bomb plant just yet, unless Giant can get the kill on Croman, and he just can't do it. 3 kills for the man. 18th on map point for NORDAVIND.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that HELLRAISERS are up 15 to 11, Jay. And they've choked this. They really have. NORDAVIND are getting a lot of confidence at the moment. And look at the odds shift completely. 4 to 1 for LootBet for the HELLRAISERS camp. And maybe, just maybe, if they win 2 in a row, they can take us to a second overtime. But NORDAVIND, all they need is one more, Jay.
I do love how those odds jumped up just as soon as the graphic faded out from 4 to 7.5.
Oh, did it? I didn't see that.
Things are not looking good for HELLRAISERS. They are going to have to come out good on this one. And JR will start things off on the right foot. That's the first orb. Kalinka spotted by HS though. He knows that there's aggression towards tunnels. He'll be there to cut off those rotations. Kalinka has not a damn clue. They have JR still fragging away towards long though. 2K to his name. And the bomb. Run boosting for the AWP. NATO Sapphics will get himself in towards Pit, but JR still lands his kill. HS comes up with one, but only one. And HELLRAISERS will look to try and stay alive with JR. Looking for 4K, can't quite land it. But it doesn't matter, his teammates there for the trade.
Oh, damn. That would have been one hell of a shot coming out from JR. We saw the run boost to try and get NATO Sapphics in the pit. And for HS, I mean, his timing was a bit awkward, right? I mean, if maybe he spotted out Kalinka just a second before, he could have taken him down. But then he gets stuck at Xbox. He can't really aggress any further because he knows Kalinka's there, but he's trying to hold the angle. So for most of that round, HS couldn't really do anything but wait for Kalinka to overextend. Oh, that's a great start. That's a very good start coming out from NATO Sapphics and for the NORDAVIND camp.
JR trying to get here towards short, trying to establish some sort of control onto the long position, onto the short position on the cross, I should say. Tensky taking damage to the Molotov area. Got HS also back up towards top mid. He can find a good couple of picks back indeed. He gets Kalinka next 5 versus 3. Is this the beginning of the end for HELLRAISERS? Is this the beginning of the end of Dust 2 in particular for them? Out towards passive A control of Flaric here towards that short plant position. And 5 T-side players could challenge him from long.
HELLRAISERS need a really good hold at the moment. Molotov not quite landing for the NORDAVIND side towards that default position, but they're here in numbers. There's 3 players around this A bomb site. This is going to be a gamble stack from HELLRAISERS, and the AWP from JR, well, it's still in play.
Roman and Harry moving up here. The CTs of a player on cross, a player on site. Flashes over. Giant going to wait for his chance to swing out. The second flash should be here. He gets himself 1. Flourish doubles up. He gets himself 2. Croman responds back in hole. And JR lands that headshot. 1-on-1 now. The bomb plant will be secured here towards the site. They know he's there on short. Going to rotate back from CT as the incendiary comes up. And it's an AWP v AWP battle. NATO Sapphics versus JR. He's jump facing. He's checking short. He's scoped up. JR knows exactly where he is. We'll move closer towards that ramp position, not giving away a single piece of info. The AWP, around the backhand side, looking for NATO Sapphics, the scope lands! And it's 2 kills for JR to secure 18-18, and we go to a second OT.
Oh, can you imagine the pressure that must be on the back of JR? They're realizing the fact he has to clutch out for them to go to the next overtime, and that's big, Jay. That is very, very big. Being able to pull up just when they need it. And honestly, you got to feel for the NORDAVIND guys. Like, they were up, what, 17 to, or 18 to 16, I should say, 2 rounds in a row from HELLRAISERS. Man, I don't know. And you know what you pointed out? You pointed out 4.75 for HELLRAISERS. They've gone right down for LootBet, 2.31. It seems like the odds, especially in overtime, well, they just keep changing.
I mean, it's absolutely the case. At this point, you know, it's so any lead is so unstable, and any opportunity at match point could be that final ending. HELLRAISERS constantly tipping the odds back to their favor, but at even standing, it sort of lines up to where we were at the beginning of the map here, Dweg. AWPs, AKs, M4s on the CT Force. And JR and play his AWP out into the short position. It's very quiet from NORDAVIND, realizing that they're back on the back foot once again. They try to find some sort of way to return against HELLRAISERS.
It's actually a very heavy, like, B setup coming out from HELLRAISERS. They've got 2 players at the B bomb side, and the mid-face player is actually sort of kind of more towards the B bomb side than in through CT. So I'm not sure if this is a bit of a read coming out or HELLRAISERS are trying to work on this default, but for NORDAVIND, they've established so much long control in most of the rounds on the T side that it's interesting to see this change up coming out for HELLRAISERS.
Okay, Croman into the long position to try take first contact. Smokes are down. Right to the resmoke back in incendiary on towards ramp. Back here behind the rice bags. JR drops that bomb onto Harry next to face. He does get a kill back. Blind spray from Kalinka doesn't quite get the frags that he wants. HS on the backstab could be everything. JR though, jump face against the orb. The bomb plant will still be secured, and HS continues his backstab, takes out one, is traded back by Kalinka though. In a 3 versus 3 situation, retake up for HELLRAISERS.
I can't believe HS only gets one there. He needed to find at least a couple of kills to secure this round. Going on towards the side problem with the swing out, and the trades, they go back and forward. The Giant, the last one left, into the 1 versus 2. We've seen the clutches come out of the HELLRAISERS camp before, and now it's into the 1 versus 1. Tensky trying to play passive around this round position. Giant can't find him, and it's going to be another round for NORDAVIND, but they're so down to the wire. And HS, he really should have been able to find more than 1 kill. That was such an unexpected backstab.
See that shot that managed to secure us in second OT here for the HELLRAISERS side. And down to the wire here, as you mentioned, for NORDAVIND, just barely winning out that return round. Felt like a lot of resistance was thrown up on that B, on that A bomb site, so it very easily could have tipped to the favor of HELLRAISERS. Short control out, JR here, ready and waiting to receive. Shot missing, he saw the second player though, he has info, he may have also seen that bomb. Jaya out here towards the B, seeing Tensky with a spray through, takes him down. Kalinka also drops Harry in the middle of the smoke. HS will come in, 1 kill on the B side, but Jaya is going to turn on towards him, and Flowich will finish off NATO Sapphics. A clean-up, shutdown round from HELLRAISERS as NORDAVIND bottlenecked themselves in towards mid.
And that was probably one of the quickest rounds we've seen from NORDAVIND so far, especially in overtime. And, well, for the AWPs, it's just picking galores. Being able to just really shut it down on the quick mid to B presence that comes out. 19 to 19. We are tied up. Double orbs for the CT side and for the T side. Actually, triple orbs for the T side to start things off. Where they can swap over to some AKs. And we saw that the NORDAVIND camp were trying to get control of these lower tunnels quite a lot on their CT side. Now HELLRAISERS are doing it.
On with the AWP and the AK. Around the corner here towards this long position. Facing against NORDAVIND, but they can't quite see the T side. Still careful control. Smokes go down towards that cross. HS moving in with the AK. A re-smoke down is going to leave a bit of a gap for HS to work if they want to push forward. A minute to the clock for the hit to come through for NORDAVIND. It seems like it's going to be set up here towards that long control. Incendiaries and flashbangs come out and out of the gate for the T side. They don't aggress past it. There's counter-action utility from HELLRAISERS. Will buy Jaya a little bit of position. 2 players down towards 2 players. Could not quite transfer it to 3. Harry and Tensky will chime in, but Tensky's dealt with towards mid, and the AWP of JR against Harry. It's all left to HS. He drops 1. Spray sees a second and a third, but he's unable to get the kills on either of them. So HELLRAISERS will have the half advantage, 20 to 19 on their CT side.
And HELLRAISERS, that's much better. That's looking really comfortable. We've seen the double orbs having a lot of impact. One thing that I've actually noticed a fair bit on their CT side is they get people in positions that flashes come up, but they don't always peek on the first one. It's normally the second one when the peek comes out. So we see JR, he throws that first flashbang out for Giant. He doesn't peek, but it's the second one that comes out. He gets 2 kills, gets that information, and just puts a brute force in the works. NORDAVIND need to get the 22. Same for the HELLRAISERS side. They'll be looking for the 22nd to be able to take this first map. 21-21, and we'll go to another overtime.
AWP's in for NATO and Croman again with the double up setup. It didn't do amazing stuff when they had it out on the second half of the first OT. Croman's going to be very aggressive with this though. Look at his position here towards the tunnels. I mean, Kalinka faced him. It's going to be a tight angle to hit, but it will be one that does yield kills. If Croman's going to be allowed his chance, they're going to start sneaking even further forward. If this got 2 entries to worry about. Now backing up here towards the corner position. Kalinka will hear this scope in, so he will catch the information off. And instead just swings on the man, takes that head off the shoulders, kicking things off for the T side.
And now for NORDAVIND, they've got to be worried, you know, is there any chance of a B presence to come through? But Harry does get isolated, and well, already this is a great advantage coming out for the T side. HS and NATO Sapphix chiming in, and this is now 2 versus 2. NATO Sapphix gonna be able to find another kill, 3 in the round, and Kalinka is the last one left. NATO Sapphix, 34 kills. And Kalinka, how can he bring this back? He does turn it into the 1 versus 1, but NATO Sapphix, he's got the bomb and he's still alive.
1-on-1 for the man, switching out to the M4. 40 HP though, he will be at the disadvantage. And he knows where Kalinka can come from. He knows he's got to make his way from short or CT. Flash over, we'll get up the position now, dropping into CT spawn. He heard that much. NATO going to creep around, his back's turned. Kalinka sees that bomb. 10 seconds, NATO just has to play passive. Get ready with the knife out. 4 kills for the man. And the AWP goes absolutely ham there on the long position as NORDAVIND equalize once again against HELLRAISERS.
Oh my goodness, he finds so much with that AWP, and well, for HS, that 1 kill is really important to set NATO Sapphix up to just get those 1-on-1 aim duels with the orb. My goodness, Jay, we are really seeing some crazy stuff in OT, and we're tied up once again. This time around though, look at the presence coming out from NORDAVIND over to the B bomb site. There's 3 players here.
Nade stack on Croman does early damage. Not much though against the CT forces. Again, this double orb setup is out. Croman did not do much with this in the last round. Now has to be standing by, ready to receive even more presence towards those tunnels areas. Much more spread out from HELLRAISERS on these defaults, looking to try secure us.
They're going B. They're going to be running straight into the stack, Jay, and they've even got the AWP at this bomb site.
Needs that kill, he'll find it. Incendiary down, going to try and stall for time. It won't buy him a way back out. Jai's going to face forward, the Molotov will force him even further into the corner. The smoke should come into stall. And again, buy a bit of cover for Croman to rotate out position.
Oh, look at Harry now. He's pushing up aggressively, so he should be able to shut this down because they're going to be coming out for the lower tunnels. No one's going to expect him here. He's going to get all the information. He can tell them they're coming up from short and rotate their players to the A-bomb site.
He sees all 3. He's going to be patient about this and double up. Look for the triple, not quite. Problem takes him down, but the orb here sees him next. Nades on position. The bomb is on his back. The CTs are pressing in. They do have JR pushing out towards long, but as they drop the bomb for a second time, it's all left to the orb to clutch this. It's just not going to happen. Not for HELLRAISERS. NORDAVIND back up to map point. Will fire away, do some tag damage. Does take out Tensky. But now 2 CTs that take his place, and Croman will be the man to close it down. So, NORDAVIND. Incredible stuff again for the CTs to keep things going as far to their favor as they possibly can.
And it all comes down to information. We see a great stack over to that B bomb site. We see Croman finding the opening kill. They push Harry so aggressively up through mid. It's a big risk, but it's a huge reward. 1 more round is all that NORDAVIND will need. What can HELLRAISERS do to respond? Oh, the pressure coming out. They've seen that, yeah.
The AK's on, trying to do damage. Problem, and HS will take damage sprayed through. There's even more towards the players in that mid position. All in all, NORDAVIND do win out a HP advantage, but Problem is so susceptible here. And HELLRAISERS running out of opportunities here. Problem's going to make his way into that short area. It's control into the mid position. Passive from NATO Sapphix at this stage. They're going to back off, play semi-passively here for the T side.
HELLRAISERS. Now, they've got a bit of map presence. They've got Kalinka doing a bit of lurking towards the upper tunnels. They've got 2 players, and to try and commit that bomb from JR out through short. This is going to be a short commitment. They're going to regroup. Kalinka's going to be able to at least try and see if he can force any of the rotates in and catch off any of the rotators. Tensky and HS are so low, but look at Harry trying to get aggressive. Oh, but he's standing in the smoke. They don't know he's here.
Kill for NATO does get problem. 5 on 3. He's lurking still. They've taken all T-side presence away from this A site. Croman gets Kalinka next. Flaric and JR, very different positions on the map. As the bomb drops, it's round over and map over. NORDAVIND look to push us 22-20 and take Dust 2 outright. Flaric to the 1 on 5 and faces to his death. Harry will close it out, and there it is for NORDAVIND. A big round to end off OT, and what a way to close it out.
That's so big. That is unbelievable that NORDAVIND brought that back. And look, that was really down to the wire. And honestly, Jay, it really could have gone either way in OT. We saw the AWP stepping up. We saw big risky plays coming out from NORDAVIND, but they're able to get it through 22-20. Jay, what an unbelievable start coming.
To remember is the fact that it was just so confident from HELLRAISERS for the most part here, and then eventually they kind of lost control. You know, they really kind of lost control there towards that NORDAVIND camp, and NORDAVIND do take it on their opposing map pick, and that throws a lot of hell in for HELLRAISERS as well, because as you mentioned in the pregame, Mirage is the second map. That's not a very good HELLRAISERS map.
Yeah, look, things are looking dire from HELLRAISERS, honestly. Like, they started on Dust 2 really nicely. We saw they had a 9-6 lead at the end of the first half. They were up 15-11. They looked more dominant in terms of regulation on Dust 2, but when it came to overtime, it was like a spark came out for NORDAVIND. We saw NATO Safix hitting insane shots, and, well, it came down to the wire, but in the end, HELLRAISERS, they couldn't pull through.
Indeed they couldn't, and that's going to leave them on a very shaky ground again going into our second map of our qualifying best of 3. NORDAVIND are Mirage away from making it into the playoffs, and we'll find out whether they can do it after this very short break, so do not go anywhere. Malta Vibes will roll on after this. It's time to get into map 2 between NORDAVIND and HELLRAISERS here. Mirage seems to be the disaster map for HELLRAISERS unless they can do something absolutely magical to beat out NORDAVIND. If you're just joining us in this series, then definitely go back and watch the first map. It ended in epic fashion in overtime, 22-20. NORDAVIND taking their opponent's map pick and now look to 2-0 their way into the playoffs.
Certainly it looks like that's going to be the case, Jay. Look, going into Mirage, it's not a fantastic map from HELLRAISERS. One thing I've certainly been able to catch many times in the last couple of months is how weak their T side is. Now, their CT side, they're certainly, I wouldn't say comfortable, but they can put up decent results, but it's the T side where really any more than 6 rounds is like a bonus for them.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough slog for HELLRAISERS again. This is one of those maps that you look at it and you think to yourself, okay, it's a decently played map for their opposition. But a 33% win rate over 12 times played here in the last few months. It is a well-rehearsed map for HELLRAISERS, but it is not a good one for them. And for that reason, I'm just looking at this thinking, I can't see this being a victory for the HR camp. I just look at this thinking this is going to have to be a simple sort of, matchup for them. And although it is a little bit less skewed on the loot bet odds, you can see that they still do favor NORDAVIND here for our second map of the series. And of course, if you do want to place a live bet on this matchup, then you can go ahead and do so via the banner on the Twitch channel. We're jumping straight into our pistol with the HS and the Native Suffix. Getting 2 quick picks out towards mid. Kalinka and Giant are already dead. Flowich and Problem are very, very low. This is going to be a bit of a hard job to get back into this first round here, Play.
I tell you what, HS just tapping up with his teammate Atensky. Now, what we saw there from NORDAVIND, look how heavy that mid stance is. They've got so many players just stacked up into window room. They find those opening kills, and once they've got a 5-on-3, rather than just playing passive, rather than just playing in the sides, they aggress. HS pushing up through mid. Their intent is there to just try and take the fight, try and put the pressure onto HELLRAISERS. And well, with no bomb plan coming through NORDAVIND, that is a fantastic pistol round.
Deagles for JR looking into the A-bomb site. Kalinka. Move forward, Flowich already taking damage, 18 HP, going to get forced out that mid control by the CT forces, and he's got the bomb as well, so if he goes down, we are in deep duty for HELLRAISERS. They continue to push forward, looking for those picks. Flowich and JM will end up falling. Tensky gets Kalinska also towards underpass. Deagle for Problem does not do much. And JR quick to fall, and that is going to be brimming confidence coming in from NORDAVIND, which is probably going to carry on for the rest of the map, I feel.
Absolutely. It certainly is a good sign that they're playing with confidence, and I think they really need to, right? They've been able to take their opponent's map pick on Dust 2. We're going into Mirage. It's not a great map for HELLRAISERS. If they can start off feeling really comfortable, if they can try and put the pressure on, then that's the best way to play it. Now, considering the fact that we saw Deagles upgrade in the last round with no bomb plan, they have got 1 smoke that they've already used, and that's it. It's AKs, but that's all they've got.
Tensky first down. Harry going to try to take 2 kills. Indeed, he does. Problem chimes in, but HS is there to respond. So the rifles are dropped out towards underpass. He's low HP here. Incendiary up against the next player. Jaim's going to get forced back. He does grab that bomb, though. The nade onto his position should do a bit more damage. A flashbang. Is HS really going to peek this? He's got no HP. He can't surely do this. Flash out does take the face, does take the kill. HS balls of steel to go for that kind of play.
Well, the thing is, he can't really escape, because if he goes back out of underpass, JR's already at top mid, so they can maybe have the idea that maybe mid control's established. So for HS, he has to fight. There is no way he can't back off and he can't stay where he is. So, he uses really great utility, tries to pop flash his way through, and I don't think I've ever seen such a heavy fight coming out from both the T and City side out through underpass. That was so chaotic. And for HELLRAISERS, well, you can understand that they're going for the dry peaks considering they've got no utility. But it means that JR is in a 1-on-3, he does not have the bomb on his back. And maybe trying to save onto this AK is the best bet. HS, wow, 3 kills in the round, even with 22 points of health. What a start coming out from NORDAVIND. That was looking spicy on the gun round.
And again, 22 HP on HS to take those kind of peaks, man. He's on 9 kills already.
Yeah. He's feeling it.
He is. An AK on him as well to get even more frags alongside NATO, who's going to have a secondary AK-47. Against the half buy of the T side, though, should be cleaned up relatively quickly here. They're going to fast play in towards this apartments area. Nade on from Harry. Timed relatively well. It's in the area as well with the secondary nades coming in from his teammates. From us out. Kill on JR, dropping the first kill of this roundup. Of course, the bomb left out towards the apartments area. Not going to be committing to the bomb site just yet. They do drop HS for one good frag, so the AK not allowed as many picks as he would have wanted it to. The USP here for Harry is going to try and clean it up. Deagle in the backlines for Giant has been spotted. The CP floating in from the backhand side. Do drop Croman, so there's that much damage, but I imagine that he won't be able to do much on 15 HP.
Yeah, you certainly don't expect it. And well, for NORDAVIND, they just need to make sure they're not fighting. Like they don't need to fight. I mean, Giant, he's so low, he's on 15 points of health. He doesn't have the bomb. Don't need to take the fights. Just play passive on the sites. Harry's got a bit of an angle in case the T-side player starts to aggress out through this smoke. And well, he sees it. 4-0. NORDAVIND looking pretty good so far, but this comes down to the gun round. This could be the perfect response coming out from HELLRAISERS. They need to find a round now. They've got the AWP out for JR. And so far, NORDAVIND, they've been playing with a lot of confidence, Jay.
Well, the CTs have kept control. You know, they've definitely kept most of the main weapons in play, you know, the M4s and the AK on two players, so losing from Masters SMGs is not too much of a worry. They can rebuy into the AWP, and the money's still going to be looking pretty good for NORDAVIND, so they've got some fallback here. They've got some extra catch room. And the first kill coming in for NATO will catch Kalinka in the mid position. Three players actually aggressive on towards the A side. This could end up disastrous. Flash is not careful, take a spray in, does take Tensky down, and John's going to get HS, so suddenly Croman is left alone. He should be known. Taps up, takes a fight against Flourish, does turn it to a 3-on-3, and now waits for backup because the bomb plant can be secured.
Oh, that's big. Very big kill. They take down that AWP, and they know where Croman is. So Harry, he's the only element of surprise at the moment, but the trades have still gone in favor of the NORDAVIND side, and I'm pretty sure they know where problem is. He's so low at just 15 points of health, has to deal with two players. Croman has done such a great job around this A-ramp position. 3 kills in the round, and even Harry, he's starting to reposition.
Back towards the B bomb site just in case. I mean, Croman could do this on his own. 15 HP for problem, unless he's caught looking the wrong way. Even then, it's kind of obvious at this stage to check out that dark position. He's got no utility, so he can't Molotov this position. If he did, then that would be round over by default. But either way, he's going to wait for a bomb plant. He knows that Problem's committed forward to this one. The only way that Problem could win out the fight against him and catch him off guard is if he went back through the palace area. But that footstep is going to confirm it. Croman now knows that Problem is on site. 30 seconds, and the rotations coming in from Harry are very, very quick. Out in the open, his back turned towards connector. Not seen by the player, and it'll be 4 kills for Croman instead. A brilliant AWP to get recovered. A fantastic play from him on the aggression. That was just brilliance again from NORDAVIND.
You say it's brilliance, but it's really only Croman, right? I mean, they get their opening kill for NATO Suffix out from mid, and they aggress. They don't need to. They've got their 5-4 advantage. The trade kills come out so quickly from HELLRAISERS, so yeah, Croman had a great round. Like, he really stepped up. But you think of, in the terms of the team dynamic, they really did not play that very well at all. They gave up so many advantages to HELLRAISERS, and that was because they were just too damn aggressive. It does give him the 5th round, but it's something to keep in mind for NORDAVIND to say, you know what, that could have actually gone the other way. Maybe we might not do that again.
Yeah, 5-0 for the CT camp. A tactical pause out from HELLRAISERS. A necessary one of this. Deagle. Standing by to look for an opening kill for the T side. Already Jair's going to get forced to that position though, like just 27 HP. Orpa NATO's ready for players towards underpass, a more nade out problem, but fall back out to concede that mid control. They do isolate JR eventually, and they have got 4 players total here towards the A site play. So this AWP can go past it, potentially rotate towards B bomb site, but they found the opener, and HELLRAISERS have found very little in the interim.
And it comes off the back of aggression out towards the A ramp play. HS even looking for a little bit of information out through a connector, and well, another kill goes their way. NATO Suffix with the AWP at the B bomb site. He's been AWPing a fair bit around mid and A. This time around, bringing it over to B. And well, these should be a couple of easy picks. At least the information comes through, and he actually goes for a secondary peek and pays the price for it.
Kalinka Kalinka with the scout also gets Harry next up out towards the market position. So a 3-on-3 scenario. And the bomb plant can be received here. HS will move forward with the M4 and the T side of HELLRAISERS. The scout continues to try fire away. HS got themselves far up position. Going back on Kalinka as Jaim gets Croman next. 3-on-2, making it 1. Good kill from HS. 2 more to find. He saw where Jaim is. Needs to catch up Flourish next up towards that corner position and back below him. Checks it straight through, but can't line up the accuracy because he's sailing through the air. It will be a first on the board for HELLRAISERS. There's a couple of lapses in judgment and in concentration, I feel like, coming from the CT defense.
It's just overconfidence. I mean, they get that opening pick from Croman. Nato Safix, you can see he takes that first shot. He could have fallen back. He could have fallen straight back. He would not have got traded. But instead, he looks for a secondary fight, which is not necessary. It brings the trade back. They open up onto the market window player. And, well, finally, HELLRAISERS are going to be able to get onto the board. But NORDAVIND, a couple of overextensions. So it's really their mistakes which is going to catch HELLRAISERS first. And look at the aggression coming out from mid.
Nades on damage done. Flourish to 43. Giant's going to go forward towards HS. So again, the aggression woman out for NORDAVIND. Flashes in. HS doubles up on Kalinka as well towards underpass. He falls AWP. HS dipping in for a quadra. He only gets the 3 kills, and Flourish is now going to be known as his problem towards underpass. Bomb's been dropped up towards top mid. There's a 3 versus 2. Still winnable for HELLRAISERS, but HS just pulling frags out of the hat at this stage.
He really is. I mean, that was a really nice strat coming out from NORDAVIND. They put the top mid smoke up in front of like the I suppose top mid boxes, and they throw up the HEs. They do a lot of damage in terms of utility, and HS 3 massive kills come out. Now Harry has pushed quite aggressively to the B apartments, just playing on the balcony at the moment. If he goes down, it's going to be a free bomb plant, but do they check this position? It's certainly a very difficult angle to check.
With the firepower advantage, it should be one that they can adjust against. Harry is just going to wait here with the SMG. Problem will check the first corner, check the bomb site. Larich has his eyes on towards that truck area in general, and as they face together, Problem goes down. Flourish, last man standing. 43 HP, that's winnable for the SMG. And there it is. 2 kills to Harry, $1,200 gained. It's a 6-1 board for NORDAVIND. Things are just looking so fantastic for them. And things can look fantastic for you. In fact, you know what? It could look fantastic. Your inventory could look very fantastic, of course. Thanks to our partners over at Hellcase. You're going to see some codes up on screen right now to get yourselves a couple of discounts and such. This first code here is for extra money on your account. Malta V. I think that's all capitals at this moment. And of course, Malta V15 for a 15% refill bonus again at hellcase.com. Orps in for NATO and JR for the setups here. 4 rifles across the CT and T boards.
And you've got to think for HELLRAISERS, we've got to see a response. We know that they lack on the T side, and that's what I said. They need to get around 6 or more rounds if they want to be able to make this first map competitive. But NORDAVIND, you look at HS, and well, he's just flowing with confidence at the moment. But that's a good start. It's been a while since we've seen the T side getting that opening advantage, but it gets traded right back from an overextension from Kalinka.
The first frag found.
Oh.
Turn around by Croman, though. Doubles up. And HS is going to get given a run for his money at this stage by his teammate. Harry next up to face on site gets 1. Doesn't quite find the second, but HS is playing contact for it. NATO Safix gets the kill on Flourish as he reveals the position of the AWP. JR can strike back. HS is once again known. And the AWP desperate to try to find these pits. It's not going to happen. HS gets that kill. Not going to go for the AWP. The AKs are more valuable to the CTs at this stage. And the 7-1. If this was football, then HELLRAISERS would be Coralho.
And you got to think, where's the tactical pause? Like, you've got to get a tactical pause out. You've got to rethink, you know, your tactics at the moment, because, well, for NORDAVIND, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of aggression coming out, whether it's out towards mid, whether it's out towards A ramp, whether it's someone pressing aggressively into the apartments. It's a lot of aggression to come out from the CTs. And HELLRAISERS, they just have not been able to find an answer. And we speak about this aggression, well, they're starting to walk up mid once again.
Very careful with the aggression coming in right now from the CT forces up towards that top mid area, just looking for those kills, and eventually does find one on Giant. AK re-picked up by Problem. AWP sees it. Croman will take contact out towards this palace area. They've seen the bomb as well, so they should know what's going on here. Gets passed back to the likes of Flaric here. Sprays from the AK, 5 HP. Problem does get one, but Kalinka goes falling in trade with the SMG. Tensky get around that corner, get the next kill. And while JR will try and back in, Flaric will also stay alive. At the very least, HELLRAISERS are doing enough to keep these rounds close, but just not close enough. 3 players look to remain in play here for the next round. D, Flaric does get one, but no more than that.
Oh my Jay. And you know what's even more scary? We've had 9 rounds being played, and we've seen 1 bomb plant from HELLRAISERS, and that was the round that they were able to win. Other than that, they haven't had a bomb plant, so they haven't been able to get that extra cash injection. Not only that, in terms of the economy line, it's saying how shut out these rounds have been. NORDAVIND just closing it out before HELLRAISERS can even really get to a site in many of the chances. 8-1. Now, it is quite a bit of heavy mid-control coming out from HELLRAISERS, turning up the pace a little bit.
NATO there with the first kill, though, dropping Giant. And the first frag. Picked up by the AWP once again, out towards that mid position. A shot connects the AWP from the T side. Can't quite follow suit, though. HS gets away on that cross position at Connector, pretty much unscathed, and Croman's pushing forward. He's going to get information. There is an execution set up here towards the apartment, and as he creeps in slowly but surely, he should be able to catch off the next few kills.
Oh, NORDAVIND is doing so much work, and well, they know it has to be a B play. It has to be either a split out through short or the apartments. And Croman is just pushing so much further forward, and HELLRAISERS, well, this actually might not work too badly, because it looks like they're going to try and take top connector control, and really, there's only Tensky towards this A bomb site with HS out through jungle.
Molotov's in. Kalinka actually going to move forward here with the bomb on his back. M4 of HS gets shut down. That's a good frag, but Harry on short takes out 2. Tensky on ticket booth gets one more of his own. And a clean up from NORDAVIND. This is a 9-1 scoreline right now for the CT side.
And just think, if Mirage got played first over Dust 2, then we could have even seen the HELLRAISERS have, like, mentally just not even be involved in Dust 2. I mean, the first map is so close. It's a 22-20 result in double OT, and we go over to Mirage, and it's not even the same. It is not the same whatsoever. Like, they're going for the set piece, but they've got no utility.
Tensky will take out that first kill. Kalinka, however, will be able to respond, just flashing their way into the bomb site. There's so many open angles for the CTs to check here at HS. Case in point. An executed shutdown against Giant, and the AK of Harry next up to face. Kalinka goes falling. Bomb plant yet to be secured because Flaric is waiting for Problem to get to position here in the mid area. He'll take out 1 kill on Connector and Jungle. The HS takes out Problem, so Flaric has 3 big problems right now. So just can't deal with any of them. HS, another 3K, another fantastic round. 19 kills from him alone. And if you're HELLRAISERS, man, like what do you do? What can you do here?
There's not really much, honestly. Like, they'll probably be thinking, you know, maybe we should have insta-banned this. I know Overpass is their insta-ban all the time, but you've just got to think that, you know, they're not putting up a fight at all. And honestly, no matter what they change, I just don't think it will be able to overcome this at the moment. NORDAVIND are playing so well. HELLRAISERS, you can see the lack of tactical depth on this map. You can see the T-side struggling. And it comes off the back of just so many opening picks. Finally, they find an answer back into a 4-on-4, but it's in a round where it's only upgraded pistols. It's not even the rifles.
Oh, a couple of picks do come back from these Deagles at the very least. A first man advantage for HELLRAISERS in possibly 12 rounds so far, but Tensky will try and back in, take it to 3 versus 3, seeing second player in that mid position. Third frag also found. Flaric dealt with by NATO Safix, so 10 rounds to the deficit. Rebuy-in from HELLRAISERS, but like, you know, the tactical coming in at some point here for this T side. I mean, are they just already mentally checked out? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I honestly don't know if you're them, how you're able to recover this kind of play.
Yeah, recovery is pretty much gone now, I would say. It really is just so difficult. NORDAVIND, I mean, at least their economy isn't like 10k, 11k, 12k, and that's because they've at least made the rounds expensive. But even still, the scoreline pretty much tells the whole story here. HELLRAISERS. I mean, just look how even passive they are. Because we've seen so much map control being taken from NORDAVIND and how much aggression that we're now seeing from Harry, they are so passive. They've got to lurk around towards T-spawn. They haven't even taken mid. Like, it's just, they're playing so scared at the moment.
Maybe right to be that way as well, just on the basis of how effectively they've been just decimated by NORDAVIND, you know? Like, I don't know how you turn this around if you're HELLRAISERS. I mean, maybe there's stock to be taken in that CT half, maybe. But I just can't see a big way for them to turn around what is the... It's looking set to be a 14-1 half. I mean, let's make no qualms about it. There's damage done towards Harry at least, so HELLRAISERS could start things off with a bit of damage, but now need to get the map control and hastily set up the execution.
It looks like finally they've been able to like take mid control without losing any players. It could be the split into the B bombs out from short with a single player from the apartment's a problem. This could be the best chance yet for HELLRAISERS.
Problem bursting up. Looking for HS. He's there somewhere. I'm facing his headshot angle. They'll take the spray against the try to set their player. Still Harry on site is going to get overwhelmed. 4 versus 3 now. Bomb should get picked up and planted. NATO Safik's going to fire blind on that default area. The plant comes out towards short as Croman is next up to fall. And it looks like HELLRAISERS have finally done it. Save call from Tensky and NATO will have to come in. No choice in the matter. And after however many grueling rounds, is this 11 in a row or something along those lines? It will be a second on the board for HELLRAISERS.
It was round number 6 where HELLRAISERS won their first, so it's certainly been a pretty long time since they've been able to convert another. And I mean, even for NORDAVIND, right? Let's just say they lose all the rounds for the rest of this first half, they'll still be up 11-4 on their own map pick, which is still just so dominant. And going for the save, they can be able to reinvest a double AWP if they want to try and go for it from Safix. He's got so much money. He drops a couple of M4s instead. Drops 3 M4s actually. That's how much money he's got.
I mean, why not at this stage? It's round 14. Can get a buy together, and yeah, we'll even want a force buy for the final round of the half, but as you mentioned, even then they've still got the 11-4 at worst case scenario to fall back on here for NORDAVIND. So things are looking just great. And the AWP of JR to try and respond to it. The mid control established by the T. Smokes down, going to try and keep HS at bay. They'll be able to do so right now, but just temporarily here. Grenades up, the flashes over, the CTs are just going to be held back.
HELLRAISERS. Let's see if they could just find something. They do have Kalinka out towards the underpass. Now, at least, Jay, they've been able to siphon NORDAVIND into playing pretty passive out from mid. We haven't seen any of this wild aggression coming out. Kalinka's trying to go for a bit of an aggressive play out through window room. Harry finds the first. HS should get taken down. At least they trade back into a 4-on-4. And Kalinka can try and go out through a market. This is very nice.
Speaking of aggression, look at Tensky up towards that mid area. He's going to take down Problem, and he's going to find a bit more information on this HELLRAISERS camp, realizing that there's no one in the apartments, and now siphoning off this backstab from Kalinka and doing anything towards B. If he made his way in towards A, that would have been much better for his teammates.
Open,
and they're going to make their way around. Harry's got position. He's going to take the bomb plant. Not quite the second, but information gained. The backstab coming in from Kalinka. Better get this kill. No, NATO's going to be ready for it. And that backstab from the CT side has done everything for them. Jaya's got no way to win out this round as Croman shuts him down. It will be a 12th for NORDAVIND.
Man, NATO is so smart. So what happens there is Harry sees the CTs or the T side rotating out from A to B. Now, the only reason they would do that is if they've opened up the site. And he probably realizes, okay, there was potentially an opportunity that Kalinka's made his way in through window room because they heard the footsteps. So he turns around as soon as contact's being made from T-Spawn. And that's the little things from NORDAVIND. You know, just the information gathering is huge. 12-2, could be even a 13th.
Yeah, much likely at this stage. I don't see any way. HELLRAISERS will overwhelm one player. Tensky swinging out from the underpass there with the knowing that there's a lot of T-side presence up here. Just gets that one kill and falls away. Got plenty of backup here to the shore. On the CT stairs though, Harry's going to get overwhelmed, and that is actually their kill taken away from them. 4 versus 3.
This is actually looking pretty good for the HELLRAISERS side. They've got the man advantage. They've planned for that short position. They've taken connector control from Flarich and backed up from Problem. This is going to be a pretty tough retake coming out from NORDAVIND. Now, they do have HS on the flank to come out from Palace. Is anyone looking at this angle? Doesn't look like for the meanwhile, but the presence is now being shown from his teammates out from jungle. Well, there we are. In the end, it will be the HELLRAISERS squad being able to pick up very nice third round towards the end of the half. And, well, I don't know. I just don't see there being a way that HELLRAISERS can gun back into this. I mean, you just look at the amount of blue coming through from the NORDAVIND side. It's a lot. It's a lot of rounds. And HELLRAISERS, they've only got one player that got to double digits in kills.
Yeah, no, that was... I mean, as you mentioned, just look at the blue. Oh, and look at the odds.
0.01 from NORDAVIND. So if you put
Jeez.
down 100 euros, you'll get 1 in return. Mate, that's how confident Lootbet are that NORDAVIND are going to take this map. And I'm with them. I certainly am.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people will be with them at this stage, mate. The USP is out towards his mid-control. Flarich going to get tapped up by Harry. First casualty to stay in 2 frags. Found back by the HELLRAISERS camp. JR will try and find them in that mid-control. Croman's got the bomb on his back, so NORDAVIND may have made a bit of a mistake here. JR will get taken out for 1 and 2. USP can't quite turn around for the 3rd, but Problem left here with his USP looking on position, tapping up against HS. Has bomb control, that has 2 flanks to worry about. HS towards front, side flank coming in from Tensky. He gets that headshot, back to 1-on-1, but 1 bullet will take him out. The flashbangs over. Tensky peeks up and gets the final frag. NORDAVIND with 13-3. Pistol going the way of the T side.
Oh, okay. Man, you really feel for the HELLRAISERS side. Like, JR did so much work. They spot out that bomb from Croman. Yes, Croman does a lot. They drop that bomb to top mid. So, all in all, HELLRAISERS, they're not in a bad position, but they just can't close it out. The force bite coming through. NORDAVIND 3 rounds away from making their way into the playoffs in the upper bracket final. What can HELLRAISERS do to put a bit of a stop to this madness at the moment? Man, it's just even the control. Like, they're just getting so much deep control out towards the jungle. Like, they're getting, in terms of map presence, HELLRAISERS, they don't even know that they've taken so much. And, well, going into the bomb site, it's a gamble stack out for HELLRAISERS at B. Yes, you've got Kalinka that's trying to do a bit of a big backstab play, but this is probably HELLRAISERS just going for the save. There's no way they can try and retake this. They need to hold on to the upgrades and try and bring it into the next round, but really, they just don't have a lot of rounds to work with.
Indeed they don't, and I don't know, man. It's, again, I just keep looking at it thinking to myself, look, they can save, they can eco, they can go whatever they want, they can get rebuys back in the next one, but I just don't see them being able to get this such one-sided comeback to their favor. It just seems so unlikely to me. 14-3. And the Eagles are up a standard towards the apartments. And the rebuy here from HELLRAISERS. I mean, it probably is going to be an eco, but nope, Kalinka's going to buy from Mars, so they don't want to play for OT.
Yeah, you can kind of understand that, right? I mean, playing for OT, being down 3 rounds to 15, it would be a pretty big stretch. So they're just going to try and go for it now. If they don't win it, then, you know, GG's. They're not going to have anything in the next round, but it's kind of a dual die-bite. And NORDAVIND, well, they have just found this second map so damn easily. And, well, you can understand why they've picked Mirage. They've certainly looked the most confident I think I've seen from them in quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant so far from NORDAVIND. And HELLRAISERS have just not been able to produce the number of rounds they need to do anything with this. I mean, Kalinka will find 1 kill towards HS, but you could have seen that MAC-10 potentially turning on for the frag. I mean, he does get a quick tag off on Kalinka, so something being gained, and the primary rifles will be the main worries for HELLRAISERS. The Galil's in, the AK's out, SMG for Problem, and NATO will take a bit of damage for it. Problem could take this player out. He's going to be the first player to exit the apartments. Famas in, does get shut down eventually by NATO, bursting out. Problem will get himself actually 1 kill. JR with a scout in the back line. Harry trades back to a 2 versus 2. Scout going to be seen. AK on towards Flourish, drops him and drops JR, leaving all that to Giant. And dropped by Tensky next up here in the apartment. So it's a 15-3 map and match point for NORDAVIND, looking for qualification. HELLRAISERS to drop to the lower bracket decider.
And I'll tell you what, you know, we were hyping NORDAVIND up, you know, quite a fair bit in that first map, and he really hasn't even needed to do anything on Mirage. It's just been everyone stepping up, especially HS and Harry, just finding so much impact. And again,
21 kills each in 18 rounds.
And
like,
the thing is there is 4 players on HELLRAISERS with 8 kills and a single player on double digits. That's it. Like, just hardly any kills going the way of the HELLRAISERS side. Oh, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, you even look at the buy and there's a single M4 for HELLRAISERS.
I don't see them being able to do this. I think we are all sort of in that general camp. The Eagles up, there's damage to NATO Safix, 6 HP for him. Kalinka gets that kill. Pushing up towards the palace area with this for Mars. Tensky's going to fall back out with the AK. There's still a minute on the clock here for this T-side camp. NORDAVIND are leaning in towards that B-bomb site. They've got a problem here with the defensive Hell. JR will rotate out. JM in position in the mid area. Good. Flashback to support from Flourish, but he does get traded back. He drops that bomb though. That's the most important thing.
And Tensky, he's got to be able to bring this 3-on-3 back, but this position of Kalinka, surely he doesn't check it because he'll just be so exposed to the CT player. Maybe it comes down to timing, and well, the timing, it works out beautifully. Kalinka just moves straight into his crosshair, and Harry, trying to make his way up through connector, does know there's a player towards short.
But he loses the fight to that man. Entries against Tensky. Flourish will take him down. 1-on-3 now for HS. Will try to grab the utility. The Molotov in towards the back line here. The AK face against the USP. JR the full. Bomb picked up. 16 seconds. There's a player on CT expecting there to be presence towards short. He doesn't see anybody. They're both going to come in. He's got footsteps. Spray around the corner. Flourish will take the wallbang. And the HELLRAISERS will stay alive.
Finally, we are going to see another round going to the HAR side. And, yep, look, they can pick up a single AK. Should be able to pick up 2. So, all in all, it is a pretty good round and a great retake to come forward. And you'd have to expect NORDAVIND are just going to force this rather than, you know, half buying. They've certainly got at least a fair bit of money to work for. They can get that AWP down onto NATO Safix from HS if they want. But no, instead it is just going to be the rifles across the board. They've got a single glue up. Or 2 glues, I should say, to back up the 3 AKs. And for HELLRAISERS, maybe they can get a couple more rounds, Jane? Maybe.
Maybe. Don't hold your breath, though, I don't think. Well, the rifles will come forward, and that will be the main thing for them, obviously, in this next round. And there's going to be an early burn against Harry, so that's a start. 6 HP for Croman, staying alive though, taking out Kalinka, getting the hell out of dodge. Next up, he's got JR to face here, connector. He surely shouldn't go for this one. M4 around the corner for him, and NATO will take him down. So 4 versus 3 scenario, favor to the T side. They storming towards that B-bomb site. Problem next to go down. Giant's got to get this next kill against the name, and he also falls. So Flourish towards A. T-side players can make their way up. He takes his face down. The bomb can commit here, but even then, Tensky takes him down before any rotation can be called. 16-14, NORDAVIND in with a 2-0 victory.